Two armies, one identical arsenal. We're breaking down every single piece of gear used in the conflict, where soldiers found themselves staring down the barrels of their own equipment, starting off with pistols, L9A1 Browning High Power. This was the trusted sidearm for British troops. It was famous for its high capacity and rugged reliability in the field. Next, FM Browning High Power, the Argentine version of this 9mm pistol. It was built on the license and performed exactly like its British counterpart, Ballista Molina. This was another Argentine-made .45 caliber handgun. It was inspired by the Colt design, but featured its own unique internal parts. M1911A1, the classic American heavy hitter. It was used in limited numbers by various units who valued its massive stopping power and proven history. Continuing with rifles, L1A1 SLR, the primary rifle for British infantry. This semi-automatic weapon was loved for its long range and powerful 7.62mm round, FN FAL 50. This was the standard issue rifle for the Argentine forces. Unlike the British version, this model was capable of fully automatic fire. Up next, FN FAL 50.61, the folding stock version of the battle rifle. It was designed for paratroopers who needed a more compact weapon during transit and jumps. Next, M60A1. This American rifle saw action with British Special Forces. Its lightweight design and fast firing rate were perfect for mountain raids. Now this is the XM177E1, a very short version of the M16. It was a favorite of special operators who needed a compact but powerful carbine for close-range work, FN49, an older semi-automatic rifle from a previous era. It was mostly issued to Argentine naval and reserve units during the campaign. L42A1, the main sniper rifle for the British Army. It was a modernized version of the classic Lee Enfield, chambered in 7.62mm, Steyr SSG 69, a high-quality Austrian sniper rifle used by Argentine marksmen. It was known for its extreme precision in the freezing mountain air. Remington Model 700. This American bolt-action rifle was a popular choice for Argentine snipers. It provided reliable performance and great accuracy at long distance. Moving on to submachine guns, L2A3 Sterling, the standard British submachine gun. Its side-mounted magazine and compact size made it a reliable choice for support troops and tank crews. Now this is the L34A1 Sterling, the silent version of the British submachine gun. It featured an integrated suppressor for covert operations and specialized night raids, PAM-1, the Argentine version of the famous American grease gun. It was a simple, low-cost weapon that fired the 9mm round, PAM-2. This was an updated version of the PAM-1. It added a grip safety to make the weapon safer for troops to carry while fully loaded. Alcone ML63, a heavy Argentine submachine gun. It was used by both the military and police forces throughout the duration of the conflict. Let's move on to machine guns. L7A2 GPMG, affectionately known as the Gimpy by British troops. This belt-fed machine gun provided devastating sustained fire across the windy hills. Up next, FN Mag 58, the Argentine equivalent of the general-purpose machine gun. It was essentially the same weapon and was highly respected by both sides for its power. L4A4 Bren, a modernized version of the famous World War II light machine gun. It was converted to fire the standard 7.62mm NATO round, FN FAT, the heavy barrel version of the Argentine battle rifle. It was designed to act as a light support weapon with its integrated bipod. Browning M2HB, the legendary 50 caliber heavy machine gun. It was used for long-range suppression and could punch through light armor with ease. Browning M1919A4, an older 30 caliber machine gun used in defensive positions. It was a reliable relic that still provided effective suppressive fire from fixed spots. Continuing with shotguns, Remington 870, a rugged pump-action shotgun. It was used for clearing out bunkers and for close-range defense in the muddy trenches. Browning Auto 5, one of the first successful semi-automatic shotguns. It saw very limited use during the conflict for specialized close combat roles. Next up, grenade launchers. M79, a single-shot grenade launcher, often called the blooper. It gave infantry the ability to lob high explosives over hills and into enemy cover. M203. This grenade launcher was mounted under the barrel of M16 rifles. It allowed a soldier to switch from bullets to grenades instantly. Next up, anti-tank weapons, M72 Law, a lightweight and disposable anti-tank rocket. It was easy to carry and used primarily to knock out enemy bunkers and fortified positions. L14A1 Carl Gustaf, a powerful 84mm recoilless rifle. British troops used it to deliver heavy offensive rounds against Argentine stone bunkers. Milan ATGM, an advanced wire-guided missile system. It was incredibly effective at taking out hardened targets from a very long distance. M20 Super Bazooka, a legacy anti-tank weapon from the mid-20th century. It was still used by Argentine forces to provide extra fire support to infantry. M67 recoilless rifle, a portable 90mm weapon used by Argentine troops. It was effective for direct fire against buildings and light armored vehicles. FM Model 1968 105mm, a massive Argentine recoilless rifle. This heavy weapon could destroy almost any target on the battlefield with a single, massive shot. Moving on to anti-aircraft weapons, MANPADS, short blowpipe. The primary British man-portable anti-aircraft missile. It was difficult to aim, but was used to defend against low-flying Argentine fighter jets. Now this is the FIM-92 Stinger. These advanced heat-seeking missiles were secretly supplied to the British SAS. They were much easier to use than previous anti-air designs. 9K-32 Strela II, a Soviet-made shoulder-fired anti-aircraft missile. It was used by Argentine forces to try and bring down British Sea Harriers. Continuing with mortars. L9A1 51mm mortar, a light mortar carried by British platoons. It was vital for providing quick smoke screens or illuminating the night sky during attacks. L16A1 81mm mortar, the backbone of British fire support. These mortars provided consistent and accurate indirect fire during the final battles for the high ground. FM 60mm mortar, a portable light mortar used by Argentine infantry. It allowed small units to have their own organic artillery support in the field. FM 81mm mortar, the standard medium mortar for the Argentine army. It was used extensively to shell British approach routes throughout the campaign. FM 120mm mortar, the heaviest mortar used by Argentine forces. It could rain down large explosive shells from several kilometers away with great effect. Let's move on to hand grenades. L2A2 grenade, the standard British fragmentation grenade. It was a small but deadly weapon used for clearing out Argentine trenches and bunkers. Up next, FMK2 grenade, the main fragmentation grenade for Argentine forces. Its spherical shape and plastic body made it easy to recognize and carry. N26 grenade, a lemon-shaped fragmentation grenade. It was used by Argentine troops and provided a reliable blast radius in intense close combat. Next, Mark II grenade, the classic pineapple-style grenade. This older design was still in the Argentine infantry and used during the defense of the islands. Next, number 80 white phosphorus grenade, used by the British for creating thick smoke screens. It could also be used as a terrifying incendiary weapon in extreme combat situations. Now let's look at rifle grenades. PAF anti-tank grenade, a rifle grenade designed to be launched from the muzzle of a rifle. It gave the individual soldier a way to fight armored vehicles. A Naja rifle grenade, a powerful anti-armor grenade launched from a rifle. It was capable of penetrating the armor of light tanks and reinforced bunkers. Next, Strim 40, an Argentine anti-personnel rifle grenade. It allowed troops to engage enemy infantry at ranges far beyond what they could throw by hand. Continuing with mines. SB-33, a small Italian-made anti-personnel mine. Its plastic construction made it very difficult to detect with traditional minesweeping equipment. Now this is the SB-81, a large Italian anti-tank mine. It was designed to disable heavy vehicles and was laid in large numbers across the island valleys. FMK-1, an Argentine-made plastic anti-personnel mine. These were buried in the soft peat and remained a danger long after the war ended. Up next, number 4, anti-personnel mine, a small plastic mine used to disrupt enemy movement. Its compact size allowed many to be laid in a very small defensive area. C3 LC, a British anti-personnel mine. It was designed to disable a soldier rather than kill, creating a larger burden on enemy logistics. M18A1 Claymore, a directional mine that blasts hundreds of steel balls in one direction. It was a terrifying tool used for perimeter defense. Finally, we have bladed weapons. L1A1 bayonet, the long blade designed for the British battle rifle. It was used in the famous bayonet charges during the battle for Mount Tumbledown. The next one, FN/FAL Type A, B, C bayonet. These were the various styles of bayonets used on Argentine rifles. They were essential tools for the brutal close-quarters fighting at night. Fairbairn-Sykes fighting knife, the iconic double-edged dagger of the British commandos. It was a symbol of elite status and was used for stealthy sentry removal. M3 trench knife, a sturdy American design used by Argentine forces. It was a practical tool and weapon for the harsh conditions of the front line.